She raised her arm to wave, but her mother covered her eyes as she approached our group. "Divide," barked an officer. "We can't leave these people," said Mother. "You must get a stretcher." The officer laughed. "You can carry them." We did. 2 men from the truck carried the wailing bald man. I carried a baby and a suitcase while Mother helped on a walk. Jonas struggled with the rest of the luggage, and Miss Grabus and the librarian helped. We reached the train platform, and chaos was palpable. Families were being separated. Children screamed, and mothers pleaded. 2 officers pulled a man away. His wife would not let go and was dragged for several feet before being kicked away. The librarian took the baby from me. "Mother, is Papa here?" asked Jonas while clutching her coat. I wondered the same thing. When and where had the Soviets dragged my father away? Was it on his way to work? Or maybe at the newspaper stand during his lunch hour? I looked at the masses of people on the train platform. There were elderly people, Lithuania cherished its elders, and here they were being herded like animals. "Divide!" An NKVD officer grabbed Jonas by the shoulder and began to drag him away. "No!" screamed Mother. They were taking Jonas, my beautiful, sweet brother, who shooed bugs out of the house instead of stepping on them, who gave his little ruler to splint a crotchety old man's leg. "Mama, Lena!" he cried, flailing his arms. "Stop!" I screamed, tearing after them. Mother grabbed the officer and began speaking in Russian, pure, fluent Russian. He stopped and listened. She lowered her voice and spoke calmly. I couldn't understand a word. The officer jerked Jonas toward him. I grabbed onto his other arm. His body began to vibrate as sobs racked his shoulders. A big wet spot appeared in the front of his trousers. He hung his head and cried. Mother pulled a bunch of rubles from her pocket and exposed it slightly to the officer. He reached for it and then said something to Mother, motioning with his head. Her hand flew up and ripped the amber pendant right from her neck and pressed it into the NKVD's hand. He didn't seem to be satisfied. Mother continued to speak in Russian and pulled a pocket watch from her coat. I knew that watch. It was her father's and had his name engraved in the soft gold on the back. The officer snatched the watch, let go of Jonas, and started yelling at the people next to us. Have you ever wondered what a human life is worth? That morning, my brother's was worth a pocket watch. Chapter 8. "It's okay, darling. We're all okay," said Mother, hugging Jonas, kissing his face in tears. "Right, Lena? We're all okay." "Right," I said quietly. Jonas, still crying, put his hands in front of his trousers, humiliated by the wetness. "Don't worry about that, my love. We'll get you a change of clothes," said Mother, moving in front of him to shield his embarrassment. "Lena, give your brother your coat." I peeled off my coat and handed it to Mother. "See, you'll just wear this for a short while." "Mother, why did he want to take me away?" asked Jonas. "I don't know, dear, but we're together now. Together." There we stood on the train platform, amidst the chaos, me in my flowered nightgown, and my brother in a baby blue summer coat that nearly touched the ground. As ridiculous as we must have looked, no one even glanced at us. "Mrs. Vilkas, hurry," said the nasal voice of Miss Grabus, the spinster teacher from school. She urged us toward her. "We're over here. Hurry now, they're splitting people up." Mother grabbed Jonas' hand. "Come, children." We made our way through the crowd like a small boat cutting through a storm, unsure if we had been sucked in or stay afloat. Red wooden train cars lined the platform, stretching in lengths as far as the eye could see. They were crudely built and dirty, the kind that would haul livestock. Masses of Lithuanians thronged toward them with their belongings. Mother maneuvered us through the crowd, pushing and pulling our shoulders. I saw white knuckles clutching the suitcases. People were on their knees crying and tying erupting bags with twine while officers stepped on the contents. Wealthy farmers and their families carried buckets of slopping milk around and rounds of cheese. A small boy walked by holding a sausage nearly as big as his body. He dropped it and immediately disappeared underfoot in the crowd. A woman bumped into my arm with a starling candlestick. while a man running by holding an accordion. I thought of our beautiful things smashed on the floor at the house. "Hurry," shouted Miss Gribus, gesturing to us. "This is the Vilkas family," she said to an officer holding a clipboard. "They're in this car." Mother stopped in front of the car and scanned the crowd intently. "Please," said her eyes as she searched for our father. "Mother," whispered Jonas, "these cars are for pigs and cows." "Yes, I know. We'll have a little adventure, won't we?" She boosted Jonas up into the car, and then I heard sounds, a baby crying and a man moaning. "Mother, no," I said. "I don't want to be with those people." "Stop it, Lena. They need our help." "Can't someone else help them? We need help too." "Mother," said Jonas, worried about the train would begin to move. "You're coming in, aren't you?" "Yes, darling, we're coming. Can you take this bag?" Mother turned to me. "Lena, we have no choice. Please do the best. You cannot frighten your brother." "Please do the best you cannot to frighten your brother." Miss Gravis reached down for Mother. "What about me? I was frightened too. Didn't that matter? Papa, where are you?" I looked around the train platform, which was now in complete pandemonium. I thought about running until I couldn't run anymore. I'd run to the university, look for Papa. I'd run to our house. I'd just run. "Lena." Mother stood in front of me now and lifted my chin. "I know, this is horrible," she whispered. "We must stay together. It's very important." She kissed my forehead and turned me toward the train car. "Where are we going?" I asked. "I don't know yet. Do we have to be in these cattle cars?" "Yes, but I'm sure it won't be for long," said Mother. Chapter 9. The inside of the car was stuffy and full of personal smells, even with the door open. People were wedged in everywhere, sitting on their belongings. At the end of the car, large planks of wood approximately 6 feet deep had been installed as shelves. Ona lay on one of the planks, peeked the baby crying on her chest. "Ow!" The bald man smacked my leg. "Watch it, girl. You almost stepped on me." Where are the men?" Mother asked Miss Gribus. "They took them away," she replied. "We'll need men in this car to help with the injured," said Mother. "There aren't any. We're sorted into groups of some kind. They keep bringing people and shoving them in. There are some elderly men, but they haven't any strength," said Miss Gribus. Mother looked around the car. "Let's put the little ones on the top plank. Lena, move Ona on that plank so we can fit some more of the children." "Don't be a fool, woman," barked the bald man. "If you make room, they'll just cram more people in here." The librarian was shorter than me and stocky. She was strong and helped move Ona. "I'm Miss Rimus," she said to Ona. She was married too. Where was her husband? Perhaps with Papa. The baby gave a blistering yell. "Is your little one a boy or a girl?" asked Miss Rimus. "A girl," said Ona weakly. She shifted her bare feet on the wooden plank. They were cut off and full of dirt. "She'll need to eat soon," said Miss Rimus. I looked around the car. My head felt detached from my body. More people pushed into the small space, including a woman with a boy my age. I felt a tug. "Are you going to sleep now?" I asked a small girl with the hair the color of pearls. "What? You're in your nightgown. Are you going to sleep?" She thrusted a tattered doll toward me. "This is my dolly." My nightgown. I was still in my nightgown. And Jonas was still in my baby blue coat. I had completely forgotten. I pushed toward Jonas and Mother. "We need to change our clothes," I said. "There's no room to open our suitcases," said Mother. "There's nowhere to change." "Please," said Jonas, pulling my coat tightly around him. Mother tried to move toward the corner of the car, but it was useless. She bent down and opened my suitcase a slight crack. Her hand dipped in and out, searching for something. I saw my pink sweater and a slip. Finally, she pulled out my dark blue cotton dress. She then searched for pants for Jonas. "Excuse me, madam," she said to the woman sitting in the corner of the car. "Could we trade places with you so my child can change their clothes?" "This is our spot," announced the woman. "We're not moving." Her 2 daughters looked up at us. "I realize it's your spot. It would just be for a moment, so my children have a bit of privacy." The woman said nothing and folded her arms across her chest. Mother thrust us near the corner, almost on the top of the woman. "Hey!" said the woman, throwing up her hands. "Oh yes, so sorry. Just for a bit of privacy." Mother took my coat from Jonas and held it up to shield us. I changed quickly and then used my nightgown to make an additional changing curtain for Jonas.